Hello guys, you're watching JRTV Hawaii, in search of a great marriage and new ideas with the end game of world peace. And I'm going to take a different look at veganism and humans' interrelations with animals today. And again, with the primary agenda of a loving marriage, although I'm not pursuing it right now because I'm actively trying to improve the world before enjoying the highlights of the human experience, which include intimacy with other people. But I want to compare that to intimacy with animals, and it's something that I'm not interested in. And I respect people that may be, I respect people's right to have animals, with the exception of the more dangerous animals like the bulldogs or bully breeds that, they're like a more serious and a different type of creature that really seems to want to hurt people, perhaps whether or not it's trained to, or beyond the fact that if it's safe or not, or whatever it is. But here I have something to share with you, which I think you'll find interesting. It's a guy's channel. He says that he hates dogs. Now again, I respect people's right to enjoy creatures, but and whatever hobbies they might have, but the thing is that when you have a creature that is interested in perusing other animals' waste products, or doing the things that dogs do, like which is just unhygienic, and not to mention they're having tapeworms and all that stuff. All that considered, so I'm gonna be sharing with you this video, but yeah, the thing about veganism is for me it's about not taking on the bad karma of animals that are suffering their pain. It's not that I like animals, it's just that I respect their right to be as they may. And a lot of vegans are into dogs and cats, etc. It should be noted that these creatures are not vegan. They in fact take gratification in attacking other animals, even if they're given like a vegan dog food, quote unquote. They still might pursue birds and even other dogs, or for that matter humans. There are many injuries from humans from dogs. So let's take a listen to this guy, see what you think, and then I'll make a conclusion. So yeah, thanks for joining me. Here we go.
But quite often I compare dogs with cats just to put emphasis on how unnatural. It helps me to build my case against dogs. That is the second most popular pet in the country. And if cat lovers can help build a case against dogs, I will work with them.
So he's actually pretty funny and pretty intellectual and witty. So I like him for that value as well.
But if they have some positive, constructive input that they can contribute to this agenda, I'm not going to turn them down. I'm not going to do it. So
he's willing to discuss with people, at least.
Yeah,
even though he doesn't like pets, he's willing to talk to pet owners and try to have an honest conversation.
Is what I think about that. Now, like I said, there's a petition to get this guy removed. They say we don't want.
He's talking about a dog show on TV.
Because this guy is not harming the monkeys, just using food, and it's so corny. He basically just proves that dogs are obsessed with food. Netflix Canine Intervention aims to show that there are no bad dogs.
You know, it's some funny stuff.
I just took a screenshot of this. I actually made this the thumbnail because it infuriated me. These are those types of statements that get under my skin. It says there are no bad dogs. We hear that all the time, don't we? There are no bad dogs, only bad owners or bad trainers, so on and so forth. When the truth is that they have to train the dogs to not kill people.
So that's
not attack people.
That's the point of concern.
Basically, there are no bad dogs. They're just people who fail to train dogs away from being killers. Yeah, it's your job to train the dog not to attack people.
So he's saying that
the dog is bad to begin with. So another stupid, brain-dead argument. If that's the case, then all dogs are bad dogs. You got to train them to not pounce on people, attack people, so on and so forth.
All right, so yeah, you guys are getting the idea. What he's saying is he's concerned about
very stupid narrative. Like I said, almost every narrative.
He's concerned about the logic behind having pets at all. I think it might be because people are lonely or they don't trust humans, and maybe they don't even trust themselves. So they require a creature to reassure or comfort them. And again, this is not really negative stuff. It may be a little dirty, and it may, for certain breeds, it may expose them to harm, people to harm, and especially their children. You got to realize that dogs, I mean, if they were all bigger, they probably, if dogs were, bigger than humans, and cats were bigger than humans, then they would do what they do in nature, which is they would kill people. But here's the thing: if humans that are bigger than other humans, we treat each other humanely. And that brings me to another point, which I find relevant to, they say, well, let's be humane and put the animal down. And so, but how do you define, what if it's worthwhile to put the creature down, or is it because it can't enjoy its life? People don't need to help animals, but if they do, it's not even helping them. Like cats, people have cats and then they try to, spay or neuter the creatures, but, would you like to be spayed or neutered? And if they don't do that, then the creatures just engage in, they're more aggressive, and they maybe even aggressive towards other pets. Now, I understand that it's part of, it's like a popular cultural phenomenon at the time to have pets, but I think it detracts from the amount of time and effort necessary to help our fellow human being, and even just to help, your family or whatever, whatever it is. It's like it takes, I want to be massaging my wife, not giving, petting a little pet, for example. But again, with the point of humaneness, it's humane to put pets down if they're, not able to enjoy their lives. And I hold the same argument for humans. I think that it's humane to, end your life, or, just let go of your body in order to reincarnate into a new body. I think it's the right thing to do, instead of just trying to hold on and live some years of suffering and in a body that's dysfunctional, be it due to mental illness or due to other factors like aging. Are there some things we can learn from pets? Well, let's take dogs. Dogs are upbeat, and what they do is they adapt to situations. They quickly dismiss negatives and hurtful. And this might not be useful if they continue to be hurt, but they're able to cycle through life and stay in the moment. And people talk about, you got to stay in the moment to be in the now, to be spiritual, but that only works if you know how to deal with the current situation that you're facing, or the current type of people. Because when they say be in the now, that means don't think about it, and when that means use your subconscious programming to there's no such thing as intuition, or people should already instinctually know how to do things. No, things are learned. You learn how to navigate situations and people. It's not instinct. And then with cats, cats are graceful, and they're generally strong and healthy. I know there are some fat cats, but often you find that they're able to move around like ninjas and respect other people's space. Unfortunately, they're not as friendly as dogs, but they have a subtle way of interacting with other people, and they don't wag their tail, they don't lick. I don't like for animals to lick me, because I consider them disgusting in the things that they do, particularly dogs. And you have to be careful with other people who are affectionate with animals, because they may have the dog's the dog's saliva and stuff on them. But to kind of wrap this up, veganism is about being healthy and having a great functioning body, and not introducing all these both physically disgusting and unhealthy animal products to your system. And just one visit to a meat plant or a watching of a video should really want people to be turned off by including dairy products as well, excluding them from their diets. But ultimately, to people who really wish that other people would go vegan, I say this. I say sometimes it's only when people get older or get cancer do they realize that a plant-based diet is better suited to human existence and to thriving. And I also say that you don't want to change people. Like, want people to be honest. Don't want to force people. Be professional with people. One mistake a lot of people make is labeling people their higher authority, like father, grandmother, whatever. All of that, makes you want to agree with or placate or impress certain people, when really who have no interest in veganism. It's not about telling people what to eat. It's just about and some people say, well, why are you vegan? I keep it professional. I say, there are different reasons. You can go online to consider some of them, but don't talk about it, because people, that's the great thing about the internet. You can just tell people about a website. You can tell people about just to go consider views that are shared online. And even if it's maybe your own channel, your own social media feed, you can share things in a more subtle way. Remember, it's important to be professional and put humanity first. Like, we have to prioritize ourselves, ladies and gentlemen, in terms of human beings. It's more important that human beings than animals are surviving. Like, I'll give you an example of what I'm implying. That, like, I don't want to hurt, attack whaling ships or kill people who are, trying to harvest whatever they're hunting for, or hunters, whatever. I just I put humans first and foremost, and I just want humans to, and even stuff like here's another thought, like stuff like non-vegan fashion clothing items. Well, even if they seem like they're hygienic and clean, the source of it is not only suffering, but it's also the people who have to work to produce the leathers and whatnot. They work in disgusting environments, and so why would you pay someone to work in an environment that you wouldn't be willing to? And this argument can be stretched to include such things as, what about like window washers? If you live in a condo and you would never risk your life doing a window washer, then is it okay? These are just at least things to contemplate and start thinking about, instead of just not worrying about whatever's, be conscious of what people are doing, what creatures are doing in your environment. But yeah, I think I've shared a good amount here. There are different reasons that people go vegan, and we have to, it's like, well, how did I go vegan? Well, I was encouraged by different people to try it out. I think just, one thing people miss is the different flavors. Flavors you can create with olive oil, ground sea salt, that makes a buttery flavor, and different things. So, yeah, thanks for considering, and I just want to, sometimes it's about trying things for 30 days and then you won't return. Like, for example, I don't use certain soaps anymore because they're toxic, and I wash with a cold shower with soap because I don't want the soap to via osmosis enter into my system. So yeah, just different things like this I think are worthwhile to be considered. Again, thank you guys. And aloha. Feel free to comment a point, especially if you are vegan and have a concern that you think that I wasn't represented here.